Greetings everyone. In this episode, let us see the different metrics used in educational researches. Impact factor, H index, item index, G index, and altmetrics. These are the metrics used in educational researches. The distinction among these metrics are the first one is for the journal alone. The rest are for authors. So impact factor is the journal metric. H index, item, G index, and altmetrics are for authors. Impact factor. So impact factor, as we have said, is the journal metric. It is first used by Eugene Garfield, who was the founder of Institute for Scientific Information in 1975. It is the average number of citations received per article published by the journal in the preceding 2 years, which means that impact factor will be calculated in the third year. If a journal started now, after 2 years only the impact factor will be calculated. How it is calculated? This is the formula. So impact factor is equal to A by B. So where A is the number of times the article published in the preceding 2 years was cited, and B is total number of articles published in the preceding 2 years. Shall I go for an example? Okay. So a journal published 400 articles in 2020 and 350 articles in 2021. 15,000 is the number of citation in the year 2022. Calculate the impact factor of the journal. Simply, as before, we have seen we have to go by the formula. Okay. So impact factor is equal to, which is in the year 2022, is equal to 15,000 is the number of citation divided by the articles published in the year 2020 and the articles published in the year 2021. Okay. So by solving this, impact factor is equal to 20, which means that for an average, if an article published in 2020 or 2010, it would have been cited by 20 times. So that is the meaning of the impact factor. So if the impact factor is 400 means an article published in the preceding 2 years, it would have been cited by an average of 400 times. So if impact factor is more, the journal is read by many people and cited. So that's like Nature. Nature is the largely or widely cited journal. So H index. Now we move for author. How author is how the author is cited and to whom how the index can be discovered. So H index is the author metric. This was given by George E. Hirsch in the year 2005. He was associated with the National Academy of Sciences. It's a cumulative for research contribution. The definition. So a scientist has index H if H of his publication has H papers and at least H citations each, and other rest of the papers has less than H citations each. So we'll understand this with an example here. The first two lines are the definition. Then we have a table where an imaginary author is taken for whom there were 8 publications. So and also there is citation is tabulated. So first publication has at least one citation. Total two, first two publications has at least 2 citations. Likewise, the 3 publications have at least 3 citations. The 4 publications have at least 4 citations. 5 publications have at least 5 citations. 6 publications have at least 6 publications. Now let us take the seventh one. The seventh one does not have at least 6 citations. So up to that, up to 6, it has come uniformly. So now let us retrospect on the definition. A scientist has index H if H of his or her number of papers have at least H citations each and other rest of the papers have less than H citation each. So here index, if the imaginary author has index 6, H index has 6, 6 of his papers have at least 6 citation and other 2 papers have less than 6 citation. So this is how the H index are calculated. Okay. So let us go for the graph. So this is the graph of the previous table. where you can see the six citations, if it could match with the number of papers, it will be like this. Or otherwise, if the area is reduced, so it can be like this. Six papers will be having six publications. This we call it as H-index. Okay. So these are more number of cited papers, more citations. So there are different data sources which are calculating the citations. Scopus, Web of Science, and Google Scholar. Suppose if you want to compare to others, we have to compare in a similar type of data source. Two persons in Scopus can be compared. One person in Scopus, the other person Web of Science cannot be compared. ITER index. It's a very simple index. It is developed by Google and also it is altmetric. So ITER index is the number of articles which has at least 10 citations. So simple one. So it shows the productivity of our method. Before going to the index, let me give an example from my own Google Scholar. So this is Google Scholar page where my own articles are cited. You can see the first article exploring the influence of teacher intelligence and emotional intelligence on the students' academic achievement is cited 16 times. The second is repetition, therefore, which cannot be considered. The third, so effectively, the third is the second one. Exploring the influence of metacognition has 11 citation. Third article has 10 citation. Fourth article has 7 citation. Fifth article has 7 citation. Sixth article, massive open or a MOOC has 6 citation. Seventh article has citation 5. Okay, so this one has citation 5. Hence, up to 6, I have 6 citations. Therefore, I have the H index as 6, which you can see from here. And also I have the item index 3, which means that 3 of the article has at least 10 citations. So this is item index. This we can get from here. So back again to metrics. So now G index. This is another author metric. Leo Yagi in 2006 has defined G index. Top G articles receiving together at least G square citation. So top G articles. Suppose let us have 4 articles, top 4 articles receiving together at least 4 square means 16 citation. If you take 5 articles, top 5, it should have at least 25 citation. So likewise it goes. So let us go for an example. Another imaginary author is taken. In table 1 is publications and citations are given. In table 2 it is given in descending order. So let us go for it. So let us add all those things. So 2, 3, 4. So likewise, if you keep adding, let us come up to 7. So up to that, it is having the G square publications. So top 2 articles have 20 citations. Top 3 article has 29 citations. Likewise, if you go, top 7 publication has 57 citation. Top 8 publication has 58 publication. So let us see 7. Top 7 articles have 57. 7 square means 49 publication. Therefore, it's more at least equal to or more than 14. If you take then add next to top 8 publications means normally G square means it should have come 64. It is not coming. It is less than 64. Therefore, we have to stop with this 7. So, as we go by the definition, top 7 articles receiving together at least 7 square publication. So, which is at least equal to or more than 49. We have 57 citation. Hence, the G index for this author is 7. So, next, altimetrics, or otherwise called as alternate metrics. So, this one, let us assume that only we are considering the journal citations. But there are other parameters where a researcher will be known widely, like YouTube downloads or question and answers asked in a research gate. or in Twitter or in newspapers. So those things we have to consider. That's what we call it as alternate metrics. So let us see. Those are bookmarks mainly and cite you like in bookmarks. So the number of bookmarks for a particular author can be taken into account. Discussion in Twitter mention, Facebook, newspaper, research blog, etc. Those things can be taken. Shares in Twitter mention, Facebook mention, those shares are concerned. Views, page views, download statistics. Those things can be considered. So in even YouTube, all those things can be considered. Let us see. For example, in ResearchGate, these are the question and answer discussion. If a particular researcher has given more number of answers, that one can be checked. So this is one of my students, YouTube. Let us learn with you. He has 6.1, approximately 6,000 subscribers. So these things can be considered for alternate metrics. So these are my preferences. We have learned different metrics used in researches: impact factor, H index, item index, G index, and altmetrics. The first one is for the journal and rest for the author. Thank you everyone.